What up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, you guys, Episode 4. The episode is titled The Crystal Conundrum. Alright, you guys, so before we get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys are not yet subscribed, I need you to do me a big favor and stop taking me out on this date, having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to my channel, turning on your post notifications, sharing the video, and with that out the way, you guys, without further ado, let's discuss Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? All right, you guys, so Beverly Hills. I will tell you guys that they pissed me off in this episode. So this episode, we open up and we see the ladies that are staying at Kyle's, right? So Kyle called to get them some Bloody Marys delivered to them. So then all the ladies come downstairs. Dorit, she's telling the ladies, oh, I didn't sleep well last night. And Garcelle was like, well, why did you wake us up? Oh no, Garcelle, I would never do anything like that. I would never. Oh my God, no, Garcelle. That is so selfish, Garcelle. But you rambling on and on and on about this shit is not selfish. You're doing it for attention, Dorit. Miss me with that. So then Renna says, oh my God, Renna and Erica, yes, I agree. So what they're saying is they feel like that Dorit should talk to Lois, who is Renna's mother. Rest in peace to Lois as well. Rest in peace to Lois. So you guys remember, I don't forget which season it was, but Lois was telling Renna that she wouldn't have been here because prior to her getting pregnant, I don't know how long it was before she got pregnant with Renna, she was attacked by a man that worked with her, and this man also turned out to be a serial killer. So Lois was really lucky, and it was a very traumatic event for Lois. So here's the thing, you guys, I really want to believe Dorit when what she says, but the more each episode that goes by, it really does it really does seem like this is a storyline, you guys. Forgive me, but each episode it looks like Dorit does more and more and more to push the point that she was held at gunpoint. Again, like I've stated before, I don't want to believe the fact that Dorit would put her kids in harm's way, but this storyline is just, it ain't adding up to me. So then they talk about Crystal, and the ladies are still very much so oblivious to the reason why Crystal felt the way she felt. And Kyle's like, well, like I said last night, it's apples and oranges. Kyle, I'm gonna leave Kyle alone right now. So Garcelle says, you know what, let me go call Crystal. So Garcelle calls Crystal and she says, hey Crystal, like, how you doing? Crystal says, I'm just fine. And Garcelle says, are you being facetious? And Crystal says, I'm always being facetious. So Garcelle tells Crystal, like, hey, the ladies want you to come by so that they can, hear your side of, how you felt. But Crystal made it very clear last night how she felt. It's the fact that the ladies then invalidated what she was saying, and then the fact that Dorit had the unmitigated gall and audacity to sit there and curse at her. Like I said last week, I would have went off on Dorit's raggedy ass. So Garcelle says, well, can you come over for 10 minutes? Crystal says, okay, I'll come over for 10 minutes. So before Crystal got over there, Erica, sometimes it's better to shut the fuck up, because they were talking about how they were all there a year ago and how things were different. And Erica's like, hey, yeah, they're definitely different because last year I was in the tabloids. Every time I turned around, I was in the tabloids. Well, every time we turned around last season, something new came out with the situation with Tom. So that's why you were in the tabloids all last season. But then Erica lost me because Garcelle said the reason why people felt the way that they felt is because you never showed an ounce of compassion. This dingbat says that she couldn't say that or do anything like that because when it's a legal case, you can't say those kind of things. In what world can you not say you know, you you can say things without it sounding like you're admitting guilt. You could say, there's let me point it, let me put it plainly and simply in a bow for you, how you can say and acknowledge the victims without saying that Tom did it. You can say, right now, you know, we are dealing with, your attorneys could have come up with something, but something you could say is, is an ongoing legal investigation, and we're gonna let it go through the courts and let them play it out. But, if what they're saying is true, which I don't know that to be a fact, but if what they're saying is true, I want them to be rectified. Something like that. You don't have to say, you can say, my heart goes out to them. You can say a whole lot of things, Erica, but you didn't say anything at all, which is just terrible in itself. And then you go one step further and you go and sit up here and say that these people may be lying. And Garcelle, I got an issue with you. I got an issue with you, Garcelle, because in your interview, in your one-on-one with the producers, you sit there and you have so much to say. It also snows in Pasadena. It also snows in Pasadena, or wherever the hell it snowed at. What you should have said in that moment was, these people are poor. Why in the hell would they then come and say, Tom didn't give me money? Like, I had an issue with Garcelle in that moment, and I definitely had an issue with Erica when she literally sat there and said that. And then she said, she doesn't care what people think about her. We know. We're very well aware of that. We are so aware that you don't give a damn what people think about you. So then we see Sutton and Diana, they're having breakfast with each other. I wasn't listening. I was not listening. I know that they discussed what happened the night before, but to be honest with you guys, I wasn't listening because because the jury is still out on Diana. I'm just still trying to figure out Miss Diana Jenkins. Let me know what you guys think about Diana. Let me know what you guys think about Diana. So then we move back over to the other ladies. So the women are with Crystal, and they say that they want to understand Crystal. And Crystal, girl, those women, don't cry in front of them. Don't do it. Don't do it, boo. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So then Crystal is telling her story, but then Dorit is in her interview talking about, you're compared to what you went through. It's a vacation compared to what I went through. Dorit. Oh, I want Dorit to shut up. I just really want Dorit to shut up. I just really, 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 really want Dorit to shut up. Crystal, what you went through compared to what I went through is a vacation. So, once again, we still invalidating what this girl said. We still invalidating what she said. Crystal never once said that they were, she never said that they were the exact same. She was saying the treatment that y'all was giving Sutton was a lot different than the treatment that y'all gave her. She told y'all Sutton violated her. Y'all told her that was a strong word. Violation was not a strong word, and I've said that numerous times that wasn't a strong word. You ladies took it sexual. Crystal never took it sexual. Crystal used it in the context in which it pertained to. So then Garcelle got another issue with you. So you gonna chime in and say that to Crystal that you felt like because her and Sutton had an issue with each other, that you're taking it back to last season when they were in La Quinta, when Crystal, Sutton, and Kyle were in that bar, and when Sutton said something, when they were talking about the issue that Kyle and whatever her name is, Garcelle, they had with each other, and when Crystal said, "You tell me you're not that girl," Garcelle says she feels like Crystal would have said that regardless of what she says, and she says, "You really think that? You've known me for now 2 years, and you really believe that?" She says, "Well, I don't know." See, my thing, like I said with Garcelle, Garcelle says things in her. I love Garcelle, but Garcelle is one way in her interviews and another way in her scenes. I'm gonna leave Garcelle alone. And then my thing is with Garcelle, Crystal was literally defending you last season. But okay. And then Crystal says, well, there were things that were said prior to that, me saying that were, I guess you would say, well, she said they were dark. And they gonna have an issue with that word dark. I was like, oh my God. Y'all really try to please what this damn girl says. But let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. So, you guys, let's talk about Diana real quick. Like I said before, the jury is really out on Diana. I just don't know how I feel about Diana, but we shall see. So, Diana is getting ready for this party that Sutton is having. Now, I got a big ass question for Diana. So, Diana keeps talking about because one of the people that was getting her ready, they said, "Have you ever been to Sutton store?" She says, "I've never been to any store." And you guys know Diana says that the designers come to her. But then I'm thinking to myself, but you didn't grow up rich. You grew up poor. And then you moved. And so you mean to tell me you never went to the store when you didn't have money? If that's what Diana wants to say, girl, let Diana say it. I don't really honestly care. But let's pause there and move forward. Erica, how are you affording your squad? You still haven't learned the word modesty, huh? That's still a foreign concept and a foreign word to you, I see. So Erica is not going to Sutton's party, and honest to God, girl, I don't think anybody really gives a damn that you're not going to Sutton's party. So she's telling her team about the last, remember the dinner for Harry's birthday when she asked Sutton where was her apology, and Sutton told her she's not getting an apology, and I still stand by Sutton. You don't deserve an apology. And they played her back. Or what? Or what? Little Miss Motherfucking Small Town, worried about your reputation. Like, I wouldn't be sorry either. You were a B word to her last season. So, yeah. And Sutton didn't do anything. And see, you just said earlier in this episode that compared to a year ago, you were in the tab. You were you were on page 6, the New York Times, the Washington Press. You were on every publication last season. Once again, I will stress that there is a whole docu-series called The Housewife and the Hustler. But you want to be mad at Sutton. But you're not mad at Maurizio. You're not mad at PK. You're not mad at Dorit. You're not mad at Kyle. But you're mad at Sutton. Erica, I'm going to need you to make that dumb shit make sense to me, because it makes absolutely no sense to any reasonable thinking person. Make it make sense. All right, guys, so you know what? Let's go ahead and get Dorit out the way. Let's get Dorit out the way. Let's get her out the way. Let's get her out the way. Dorit, you guys. So Dorit and PK, they just give fake, phony, and affected. None of their scenes seem authentic. And then I have a question with PK and Dorit. Why the fuck do y'all still live in that goddamn house when that house has been broken into? You were violated. Y'all got enough money, allegedly, to move wherever you want to move to. I mean, y'all have done it for the last few seasons. Y'all have moved from house to house. Bitch, somebody robbed me and put a gun to me, and if I got the means and the money, the next day that house would be vacant. You would never know that I lived there. And the police would be like, this is a crime scene. I'd be like, I don't give a hot diggity dog damn. Bitch, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. So then PK tells her she needs to go to Punta Mia for a few days with the girls. Say what? But then she's so... But Dorita's so distraught. Dorita's so triggered. But a trip to Punta Mia is gonna cure that? Okay. So we see her and Kyle, so they're heading towards Sutton's party. So we find out that Rena isn't coming because of Lois, and once again, rest in peace to I loved Lois. Rest in peace to Lois. So Kyle got an alert on her phone that a paparazzi was taking a picture over her fence. Bitch, when it comes to these kind of reality shows, I would never put my real house on television. I would tell Bravo, whoever, whatever network I'm with, I'd be like, look here, bitch, you ain't coming filming at my real house. Y'all finna put me in an Airbnb for the entire duration of filming, so that way, or if they do have to come to my house, I'm like, don't do no B-roll footage of my house. You don't get B-roll footage of my house. Don't get B-roll footage of my house or my neighborhood. It's a no. You don't get B-roll footage of my neighborhood. If you want B-roll footage of a neighborhood, go find an Airbnb that is 10 miles away from my motherfucking house and do that. Like, go find me y'all literally have to find me an Airbnb. It ain't no way. And then that final scene with Dorit, what the fuck was that? What was that? I was like, oh my God, I'm like, the last scene of the episode is Dorit? Child, I'm not talking about it, and we're moving on and wrapping up the episode. So Sutton's party, you guys. That couture dress she had on, it was ugly as fuck. Actually, all of them fashions they showed in her store, ugly. But that dress, the fact that it had, like, it was a dress, but the back of it looked like a blazer. Ugh. Just because it's couture doesn't mean it's cute. So, Kyle and Dorit show up. Dorit is insufferable. Oh my God, you're my friend. Oh my God, Kyle, this paparazzi here, this press here. Why is there press here, Kyle? Why is there press here? Oh my God, Kyle, there's press here. The reason that there's press here is because she's launching these clothes. Who has an event and don't have press at the event? That's dumb. And then you manage to walk past the goddamn press. Oh my God, are you that self-absorbed? Nah, Dorit, you're that self-absorbed. Girl, get the fuck out of here. So then Kyle and Garcelle's old messy asses, they wanted to, first it was Kyle. Kyle's messy ass wanted to tell Sutton that, hey, you know, when Crystal came over there with us, she was telling us that, you know, last year when we were at my house, that, you know, you said something that was very dark. And then Garcelle says, oh yeah, she did say that. And the way she said it, it was seeming like it was something that I wouldn't be able to forgive. So Sutton is like, you know what, let it be. Crystal and I have made amends, let that be. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I do believe Crystal that Sutton said something, and I tweeted this. So what I think is, because they sat down at one point, Sutton said she didn't want to rehash it. Garcelle says, be careful of your new friend. So I'm really tired of these ladies, and I'm done with my notes. Because they basically gaslit Crystal, and they wanted Crystal to say what it was. But here's my thing. This is what I tweeted you guys. So if I'm thinking from Crystal's standpoint, so she said it was something that is forgivable. So I'm assuming she didn't say nigga, but I'm wondering if she may have said something that's stereotypical, that like a stereotypical trope of black people, because you guys remember the issue with Garcelle and Kyle in the first place was Kyle's auction that she did, and Garcelle had raised her paddle for $5,000, but at the reunion, Kyle said Garcelle never paid. So I'm wondering, because it could be one of those stereotypical tropes of, you know, well, you know, in the South, we know that black people don't pay. It could be anything like that. And I also tweeted that they want Crystal to say it so badly, but Crystal is refusing to say it. And I was wondering if it's like a thing where maybe if Crystal says it, it would, because, you know, you can't say, there are things that you know, sometimes you just can't say things if you're not a part of that protected entity. Like, we as black people, we can say certain things that, you know, white people can't say. And you know how the LGBTQ community have things that they can say to each other, but someone not in the community can't say it. And same with the Asians and so forth and so forth. So I was wondering that, but they just kept grilling her. And at one point, both Crystal and Sutton are both saying like, hey, no, no. And then Kyle was like, well, Sutton, this is not the Sutton that I know, because last year, she cried. I'm like, Kyle, people can grow and evolve. In a year, iffy, but they can. But yeah, they just kept pressing that issue, and it was really annoying my spirit. Erica, you shut up. Renna, you definitely shut up, because you talking about, at one point Renna was like, well, if I was Sutton, I'd be pissed. I think Denise has something to say to you, because you made her look like a whole. I mean, you just fucked that friendship up behind trash box ass Brandy Glanville. Girl, get the fuck out of here, Renna. Shut the fuck up. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, and until the next time, you guys, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.